Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on this episode of Basement Gear Acquisition Syndrome, we're going to be looking at Tone City's The Wild FRO. My name is Jack, and as some of you may know, I have a serious case of beeping gas. Thank you, GoPro. So if you're like me, you probably watch a lot of YouTube videos on gear and pedals and amps and sounds like videos. So you probably are familiar with the name Rabea Massaad. Now, for those who do not know him, he is a fantastic musician, great guitarist, does lots of cool YouTube videos, and he's in two bands, one with Rob Chapman, who you may know, which is Dorje, and the other one with Ben and Dave by themselves, which is more of an instrumental band, and that's called Tosca. So both really cool bands, and Rabea Massaad in general is a really nice guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple of years ago when they were touring with Dorje here in Germany, and yeah, solid guy. And he's done lots of collaborations, not only with Chapman guitars, but also with Victory amplifiers, to create the Kraken amplifier, which is just behind me down there. You probably can't see it, but I got it, and fantastic amp. If you want to hear it, I did a How to Sound Like Adam Jones video, where I've also put that into the signal chain to sort of emulate more of a high gain amp. And he has also now recently done a collaboration with Tone City. Now, Tone City are a British pedal manufacturer or designer. They're all made in China, which makes them really, really affordable. This thing's heavy, by the way. If you've ever tried the exotic boost pedal, it's that kind of weight. It's big weight, small package, but that means small package, big gain. Now, as you can see, it's named the Wild FRO. It's well, let's just get right into some tones before I talk about it. Let's hear what it sounds like. So let's dive into some tones. I'm using my Epiphone Les Paul Traditional Pro, which I have modded a little bit. I have a lace sensor dissonant aggressor, which is the signature pickup of Bill Kelleher from Massaad in the neck position, and I have a Seymour Duncan SH4 in the bridge position. Additionally, I'm going through, obviously, the Wild FRO, and then into a Fender Reverb Deluxe 68 profile on my Kemper. This is one of the Michael Britt profiles, and this is just the clean sound, which we can hear now. So it has a tiny little bit of reverb on it. Kind of almost a slapback. The neck pickup is also split coil possible. Gives you kind of that single coil pickup sound. So we can get, you know, different kinds of tones out of it. So let's start off with the volume at 12 o'clock, the gain at 12 o'clock, tone at 12 o'clock, and the less gain setting, first of all. On the on the neck pickup, I'm sorry, in the full humbucker position. Now, coil split. Now the neck pickup, the SH4. It has a little bit more bite, of course, a little higher in tone. Let's crank the gain all the way, maybe a little bit more tone as well. Gonna turn down the volume a little bit, maybe a little bit of the tone as well. Now with the pedal off, just so we can hear the difference with the lower volume. You can barely hear it at all. Turn it up a tiny bit. Okay, let's turn the gain all the way down, the volume all the way up, and tone again at 12 o'clock. Has a nice sort of driven out valve sound, you know. Almost acting like a tube screamer type of pedal, so it's really pushing the valves. Obviously it's the Kemper profile, so there are no valves, but it gives that same kind of emulation. Like I said, that's the gain all the way down, volume all the way up. Let's put it into the slightly higher gain setting. Don't hear much of a difference there. Maybe if I apply a little bit more gain. You can hear the difference as soon as I flip that toggle switch. It instantly gives more of a gain. So sorry there. Yeah, it almost has a bit of a kind of a fuzzy sound. Maybe, you know, if you roll down the tone a little bit, it obviously gives a little bit of a darker sound. Let's try to get a little bit more of that. Yeah, that was some tonal examples now from the Wild FRO. It gives you a full dynamic from a simple pushed valve kind of sound, almost like I said, like a boost or a tube screamer kind of thing, or it can give you full gainy saturation. I could play that for hours. I probably will later. So that's the Wild FRO. So to sum this up real quick, this was, like I said, a collaboration between Rabea, Massaad and Tone City. It's based loosely on the Wildfire pedal from Tone City, just with a little bit less gain. Now, this is an Andertons exclusive, which means it can only be found at andertons.co.uk. I'll put a link in the bottom. By no means is this video endorsed by them at all. I've always wanted a Tone City pedal. I've never had one. I've always seen them on Andertons, the Sounds Like videos. And I'm a fan of Rabea Massaad, so I wanted to check it out. And it's one of those pedals that I would have as a sort of a set and forget on my pedal board. Maybe switching it from more of a boost to a high gain, but it's one of those things, once you've found the exact kind of tone you're going for, you leave it at that, because once you've got it, it just sounds brilliant. It's just one of those smooth, thick overdrive kind of pedals, you know, not like super high gain, but just check it out if you can. And it gets my seal of approval, as always. I still need to buy a seal to approve things. Anyway, my name is Jack, and I obviously still have a serious case of Tone City Wild FRO mini pedal gas. Happy New Year to all of you, and let's have a great 2020. See you soon.